Anything you can tell me about the Soul Cairn?
The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters.
Why was your mother so fascinated by it? I like how that's our question, not like, what the fuck are the Ideal Masters? Who gave them that name? Ideal Masters, idealized by who? Masters of what? Why was your mother so fascinated by it?
Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest.
Right, like if I'm just... Okay, there we go. If I'm just finding out about the Soul Cairn and the concept of the Ideal Masters, last thing I'm gonna be like is, weird, why was your mom so interested in it, huh? What's up with your mom? I'm not gonna give a shit. Who are the Ideal Masters, and why do they sound like a future boss fight? When we had last left the last Dragonborn, they continued their weird little creepy vampire questing extravaganza. This time meeting back up with Serana, who had a plan to uncover part of a plan. Yeah, she had to go find secrets from her mom and enter the hidden catacombs beneath the castle, and also enter the courtyard, which had a moon dial with secrets aplenty, and a secret catacomb underneath it too. And then in there was gargoyles and skeletons. Now it was time to look at the secret final room and uncover what was going on with her mom.
We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
This is the Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim.
We're getting close.
Welcome back.
I'm sure of it.
Shoop. Oh, she's a vampire.
We're getting close. I'm sure of it.
Okay, let's go do it, I guess. I did rest, right? We're here ready to go, doing our thing, turning the candlestick.
Always smarter than I gave her credit for.
Always thought old mom was one hell of a dumbass,
close.
but I guess she was
Sure.
pretty smart. Thought she was just stupid as hell. But I guess she's not too bad. Damn, good one. Good one, Serana. Hey, Serana. Your mom fucking was weird and sucked. Because she was a vampire. Okay. Let's keep going on up. Wow, how high does this go? Oh, here we go. This has got to be it, right? Oh, this is it. Now, this is a room I remember. Hell yeah. Look at this. This many circles, it can't be good. And the candles, too. That also...
Look at this place. This has to be it.
Yeah.
I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. Look at all this. She must have spent years collecting these components.
Yeah, Dragon Bone?
What's this thing? I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something. Let's take a look around. There has to be something here that tells us where she's gone.
What exactly are we looking for?
My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some hints in there.
Your mother maintained quite a laboratory. Did your mother keep gargoyles here? Wait, do we mean in this room? Or are we just looping dialogue? Did your mother keep gargoyles here?
Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking.
Serana's
She
so
just found them
strange.
fascinating.
Your mother maintained quite a laboratory.
I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here.
Okay, what did she research?
Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy.
To what end?
I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire.
Right, okay.
I remember she used to keep a small journal. See if you can dig it up.
Sure. Well, I can't believe nobody ever really came back here. You'd think Harkon would know about this, but it doesn't seem like it. Because certainly if he did know about it, he would have, like, obliterated this entire room, you know? Because, like, Serana's excuse is that she's been underground forever, but Harkon's just been out there, right? Dude don't even know what's in his own fucking castle. Also, here's something else. I think this is the journal, yeah. But, I don't know if you noticed something, but I noticed it fucking immediately.
Keep searching for her notes. She probably
Maybe
had a journal or
Valerica,
something.
your mom, isn't actually that good of a fucking necromancer after all, right? Where are all the hands? You know, if she's good at necromancy, where's all the hands, you know? What's going on? How come she's got so many bones belonging to, like, shit that we never see undead of, you know? There's, like, big old mammoth skulls and tusks and everything. We don't ever see them back from the dead, you know? That feels like an obvious thing, right? If anything, yeah, how come? Yeah, how come there aren't, like, mammoths? In fact, here's a good question. Going back to our comments from before with regards to Bethesda trying to, you know, save some money, especially since they're, like, a fairly small team, relatively speaking, compared to, like, the acclaim of their games. I'm surprised we haven't seen, like, the mammoth rigging anywhere else, you know? Like, mammoths don't seem to have too big of a... anything going on in Skyrim land, right? There's not even a quest where you directly interact with one, just, like, kind of go near them. Huh. Maybe like the Ultra Sloth or whatever it is from 76 has some mammoths going on? Or maybe they're just, like, scaled up Yaogwai, just kind of stretched or something. I'd believe that. You know what? Yeah, now that I think of it, I'd believe it. Fill portal vessel. Okay, it's a vessel for keeping all of your portals in. Great. Got mushroom. Potion of alteration. Pearl. Yeah, not nearly enough blood, I feel. Right? Yeah, if anything, her mother for a vampire was remarkably clean. You know, we've been in so many places. It's like she's not even a vampire, right? Because there's just not like gore all over the place. Why is there just not like pools of blood and like skeletal remains everywhere? Maybe that's what all those people were, the skeletons. Maybe she cleaned them all up and necromancied them. You know, maybe that's it. But still, even so, there's no like blood rags. There's none of this nasty shit going around. Every vampire in Skyrim land has just been nasty as fuck. I guess, you know what? She broke the mold. Alright. Let's take a look at the book. Is there anything else here? Any other interesting reads? The Dowry. Forge, Hammer, and Anvil. Oh. Opusculus Lame Ball. I don't know if we've ever read this. Yeah, I don't know that we've ever read that. Forge, Hammer, and Anvil. I'm not sure either. That's about Old Hroldan. True Nature of Orcs, Ice Wraiths, Ruins of Kemelz, Pirate King of the Abetian, The Windhelm Letters. I think we've read these. Yeah, we did. I remember it now. Lusty Argonian Maid. Watcher of the Stones. Ha 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 ha, Lusty Argonian Maid. She was a pervert. Okay. Let's see, anything else here? Feyfolken. 1 through 3. Third one's pretty rare though, right? If I remember correctly. Alright, let's read the journal. Valerica's journal. 27th Last Seed. Harkon's short-sightedness is becoming a serious problem. I've warned him time and time again that his foolish prophecy would cast far too much light on our people, and yet he refuses to so much as listen to a word I say. I become less of a wife and more of an annoyance in his eyes. Devoting attention to my work is the only solace I can find, while enduring his ridiculous crusade. Notice no year on this as well, right? They're leaving it fairly open to right around, in true Elder Scrolls fashion, I guess. 28th Last Seed. I've had a breakthrough today. I was able to attune the portal vessel to the Soul Cairn properly by using a small sample of ingredients. Although the portal opened only for a few seconds, I'm confident that with the proper formula, it can be sustained indefinitely. I feel like I'm missing a key ingredient. Something of sufficient potency that can resist the forces trying to prevent my intrusion. Communing with the ideal masters has proved worthless. They speak in riddles and offer no assistance whether I ensure them a steady supply of souls or not. If I'm to escape Harkon's clutches, I need to keep the portal open long enough to carry me away from here, forever, if need be. 3rd, Hearthfire. I've done it. After wasting thousands of gold coins on components, I've discovered how to sustain the portal. I'm listing the components below without the proper amounts for my own protection. As a secondary precaution, I am combining my own blood into the formula, which should prevent anyone from being able to duplicate it and following me into the Soul Cairn. Wait, why? Why would that work? Why would that work? If the portal works... Yeah, if the portal works without her blood, why would the blood stop? Right, the blood's just extra. Isn't the blood like redundant? Why would that make it like locked? Unless she's creating like a magical seal somehow, but that's not what she's saying. She's just like, this'll make sure nobody gets in. Blah! Throws up vampire blood all over onto it. Because vampires can just barf at will their own blood. The formula consists of finely ground bone meal, purified void salt, soul gem shards. Using the proper measurements, place the above in the silver-lined portal vessel, and add blood as a reactive agent. I will make my way into the Soul Cairn tomorrow, after I gather my things and prepare for a potentially lengthy exile. More importantly, I must enact my plans with Serana and get her to Dim Hollow Crypt as soon as possible. Okay. So she put Serana on ice, so to speak. At least that's what it sounds like. Oh my gosh, I found and read your mom's journal. She used her own blood. I found your mother's notes.
You did? Let me see them.
What's this Soul Cairn that she mentions?
I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the Soul Cairn.
That's terrifying. Why did she care where used souls went?
The Soul Cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the Soul Cairn itself.
Man, that's what the Soul Cairn is? This whole time I, knew of it, but, when I played Skyrim in this DLC specifically way back in the day, I completely forgot, what it was actually meant to be. I thought it was, some weird vampirism Molag Bal plane of existence. Not like Molag Bal's plane of Oblivion, because that's Cold Harbor, but something else similar to that. If she made it there, we'll find her.
That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the Soul Cairn.
Well, what do we need?
A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it.
What's wrong?
We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place.
You share her blood. I like how immediately we're not even oh, maybe she doesn't want to, maybe she knows, but she doesn't want to use her own blood, maybe she doesn't, maybe she's hemophobic or whatever, right? You know what I'm talking about? Where, like, you're, like, the sight of blood makes you go, like, imagine being a vampire in that. But hey, you share her blood.
Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that.
Gruesome?
Let's get started.
Wait, hang on. How much do you know about portals to the Soul Cairn? What do you mean? It can be gruesome. I thought you didn't know about portals to the Soul Cairn. Wait a minute. Am I misunderstanding this, or does not all... I'm starting to think that maybe all of Dawnguard doesn't quite add up. Either that or I'm just misinterpreting this. Are all of those ingredients here?
Oh, definitely. Mother would have plenty of those materials in her laboratory. You just need to find them.
Okay. Sure. Alright, well. Oh god, I don't have a quest marker. Okay. I guess they're probably all over here, right? Got a heart. Bear claws. A book. Bone meal. But it's gotta be finely ground, doesn't it? More bone meal. More bone meal. Frost salts, slaughterfish scales, some oil, river betty. There's just like an ancient, old, nasty, stinking fish in here. Okay. How about on this table? Oh, look, this looks... Oh, yeah. Finely ground bone meal. Only the finest will do. Okay. How about over here? Some shards. Right, yeah, soul gem fragment. Just a big handful of them. Cool. I'll take a black soul gem as well. You know, I'm just gonna take all these. Look, there's so many here. These are all useful to me. Okay. There we are.
Having trouble finding those ingredients?
No, I'm not. We're really fortunate that they are really just all here.
Having trouble finding those ingredients?
Okay. Despite all of the security measures, she put almost everything we need right here. Okay. Good. That said, you know what? The blood requirement, ace in the hole for security. Though, I don't really know how that works. It doesn't really make sense to me how it worked as a form of security, but, sure. Okay, regular void salts. Is it not in here? Oh, there we go. We just had to take more salts from everywhere else. Okay, well, you know what? I do want those salts. Salt is always useful, regardless of what kind. Either for selling or cooking, or cooking. Okay. Well, I got all the stuff.
Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready.
Anything you can tell me about the Soul Cairn?
The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of Oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters.
Why was your mother so fascinated by it? I like how that's our question, not like, what the fuck are the Ideal Masters? Who gave them that name? Ideal Masters, idealized by who? Masters of what? Why was your mother so fascinated by it?
Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest.
Right? Like, if I'm just... Okay, there we go. If I'm just finding out about the Soul Cairn and the concept of the Ideal Masters, last thing I'm gonna be like is, weird, why was your mom so interested in it, huh? What's up with your mom? I'm not gonna give a shit. I don't know. Who are the Ideal Masters and why do they sound like a future boss fight? Alright, what exactly are the Ideal Masters?
Nobody really knows.
Fucking
As
Elder
far as
Scrolls.
I've heard,
Fucking
no
Elder
one's seen
Scrolls.
them and returned to Tamriel to tell about it.
Nobody really knows. I fucking love it. Alright. Then how are you sure they even exist?
I've read stories. Stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very
Oh my gosh. Sorry, the love dog was going buck wild. Alright. Fools? Why do you say that?
Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were dead.
Okay. Well.
Just get all of the ingredients into the vessel.
Sure. Let's pop a quick save.
Get the ingredients in that vessel and let me know when you're ready.
Alright. Let's get some blood in there.
Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
Either something horrific or it's going to open a portal. Can I ask you something first?
Of course. What is it?
What will you do if we find your mother?
I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost.
It sounds like she did everything for your sake. I don't know what she was thinking. It sounds like she was pretty selfish. I mean, you could read this two ways. Very literally, I do not know what she was thinking. But also, you could read this like, yeah, I don't know what she was thinking, right? But judging by its placement between these two, it sounds like we're being very earnest, saying like, yeah, I don't know what she was thinking. So let's be earnest. Let's say, yeah, there's no way I could know what she was thinking.
Neither do I. She always seemed happy before we heard the prophecy. Then it all changed. She became a different person. They both did.
Dude, her little extra hand animations are wild, right? How she just breaks out into that. It's so Oblivion, honestly. It's so Oblivion. It feels like a relic of a bygone era when she does her little hand motion like that, her unique little speaking animation. Alright, we won't know until we find her.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then?
See, that one specifically. That one specifically. Alright, let's get that portal open.
Alright, here goes.
Oh, you bit your own hand?
By the blood of my
or arm?
ancestors. She actually did it. Created a portal of the Soul Cairn. Incredible.
Okay, but we did this one. This one was us. Alright.
Incredible. Simply incredible.
Sure.
I'm ready when you are.
Alright. Now, if I remember correctly, way back when I did this as a Dawnguard playthrough, I want to say you can only enter this if you're, like, undead or whatever, right? So at this point, you have to, like, receive a bite from Serana, even if you are doing a Dawnguard playthrough. And I remember that being kind of a big deal, because I ended up, like, pausing the questline right here to go and do the other stuff, to go and get, let's see, yeah, the Elder Scrolls and stuff assembled, because I was so excited to continue on and see where this would lead, right? And, where it would go and all that, I just put the rest of it on pause. Which we've kind of done the same here, but for different reasons, you know? Which, I don't know, looking back on it now, the actual story, the, like, through line involving, like, Serana, Harkon, Valerica, and all of that, and, like, the vampire situation in Skyrim, like, it's bog standard, you know? It's middling, right? It feels very Bethesda, you know? It feels like a bog standard-ass Bethesda-ass story. It's nothing special. It's not like making you think about like a political situation similar to the White Gold Concordat and the Thalmor situation, and then the Stormcloaks and all of that with the Empire. That was very cool. You know, there was a lot of thought that could be had and discussion that could be had around that. Same goes for the Spare Parthenax situation. I think that's like such a fucking amazing moral quandary. But at least so far, looking back on it, the writing for it isn't terribly compelling. What is compelling, though, is their usual strength, right? As we've said so many times, their usual strength. Sometimes the writing is good, sometimes it's bad. A lot of times it's okay, you know? Like this is okay. but their strength is like exploring these cool new areas and having fun new systems and stuff, right? And then being able to use the new systems or even the old systems in a new area and just learning more about the world building, you know? Right, the greater lore and all of that, and just like fleshing more of that out. It's just fun, right? That's always been their greatest strength. And hey, like we've said before a million times just as well, maybe in the future, they'll improve on, like, the character writing and all of that, right?
Incredible. Simply incredible.
Alright, let's go on inside. However we do this. I'm not sure how this is a portal, but... Okay.
Look at the sky. What kind of place is this?
Oh my gosh. There's a big old hole up there. And... rock.
Let's keep moving. I feel like we're being watched.
Whoa. Did we, like, shrink or something? How come it's so big? Okay. How come there's more of these
The dead who
circles?
end up here for eternity. Seems awful. Like they're still suffering.
Yeah. You know, I've used a lot of soul gems in my time. Hopefully we don't see anybody.
Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified.
Are you sure Valerica has the Elder Scroll?
No, but there's no way she would have left it in Tamriel. She wanted to get it as far away from my father as possible. I can't imagine a better place.
And if she doesn't?
Then we find out where she hid it. If she's still alive. Well, as alive as she was before. Or is now. Or... you know what I mean.
Why not hide it in the Soul Cairn and then return?
Probably to avoid whatever my father would do to her if he could get his hands on her. Or maybe her plan was to come back, but she was stuck here. We won't know until we find her.
Okay, do you know anything about this place? And yeah, I think that's another thing going for it, is that Serana is, like, a developed, like, personality and follower, which is kind of a rarity in Skyrim, especially to this degree, right? Which is another compelling reason to see, like, oh, what's going to happen to her? Or, oh, I just like hanging out with Serana and doing the quests and stuff, right? It's just fun to have this little, like, back and forth going on, right? It's fun enough, right? It's fun enough. Anyway, do you know anything about this place?
Just what my mother told me. I've also studied a little bit on my own, but there's not much. When something is trapped in a soul gem, and then the energy is used for powering an enchantment, the remnants are sent here.
Any soul gem?
Well, I think it's specifically the black ones. I don't know if the Soul Cairn takes just any leftovers.
Where did the other ones go to? Does anything live here?
Look at this place. Do you think anything would want to live here? The only things that can survive here are the Ideal Masters, the undead, and the souls themselves. Well, if you want to call that living.
Okay. Sure, dying ain't much of a living. Do you think we'll meet the Ideal Masters? I don't think we do we?
I don't think anyone's ever met the Ideal Masters. I'm not even sure anyone knows what they look like. They could be underground, flying above us. They might be the ground, I have no idea.
That's a good take. Alright, why are they collecting these souls? I don't know if they're collecting them so much as they're forced to collect them, right? Like, how did they end up here? You know? It feels more like a force of nature at play rather than them consciously seeking all this stuff out.
Lots of theories. Some say they feed on them like I feed on blood. Others think they use them as payment to an even higher power, almost like a currency. A very strange currency. Whatever they're doing with them, they've been harvesting for millennia. No telling how many souls are trapped here.
An even higher power. The Ideal Masters. Why would a necromancer want to deal with them? Well, because black soul gems fucking rock, dude!
Look around you. There are some extremely powerful undead here. Even a necromancer as seasoned as my mother would be willing to spend years trying to gain access to them.
Summon them, you mean?
Exactly. It's a lost art. Most necromancers just raise up whatever bodies are nearby. A simple trick, really. Child's play.
Okay, take it easy.
But bringing something from the Soul Cairn gives you something much more powerful.
How do the necromancers communicate with them?
Well, that's usually the trick. It's possible to do it through a simple portal. But to finalize the deal, you have to travel here yourself. And most of them never come back.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, I can trade.
If you think it'll help.
You got Dawnguard stuff. Cool. Alright, well, actually I don't really have anything. Can Gordon come here? Let's see. Let's find out. To me, Gordon.
You think a vampire would be right at home in this place? You'd be wrong. Let's just find my mother and get out of here quickly.
Okay. How about a mud crab, though? That's actually a demon. I feel like Gordon could totally, like, hang out here. Maybe it's because Gordon is such a merchant of death and destruction that this twisted, fucked up world welcomes his presence. Okay. Hey, look at this. Some kind of ghost over here.
Ugh, the smell here. Let's try to handle this quickly.
Oh, he stinks?
A soul gem. That's what it was. Then, I must be... Oh no.
Oh no! Oh, I can pickpocket you.
This is no place for you. There's no escape.
Oh.
This is no place for you.
Oh dear, okay. Soul Husk. Didn't we already find some of this Soul Husk elsewhere? Oh god, where did it go? It's alphabetized. Wait, is it not a... Oh, it's food! It's just food, ain't it? Yeah, it's just food. Interrupts the soul drain effect in the Soul Cairn. Uh-oh. Hey, Serana, I just read this food. It says we're getting our souls drained right now. Maybe we should be eating this weird food. Okay. That doesn't seem great. I don't remember a soul drain effect. Ugh, Soul Fisher? I don't even know her. I just harvested soul. Soul harvested. Normally there's a little bit more fanfare when I do that. Ooh, look at this. It's a purple. Was it leading us somewhere? I think so. Can we talk to all these beings?
Damn Akaviri shaman. How could I know it would trap my soul?
Whoa, Akaviri. And you're human as well. Maybe even Nord? It's hard to tell. I think so. Huh. Shaman. My preferred pronunciation, to be honest. Okay. Hey, Soul.
Only those who have suffered long can find the light within the shadows.
Okay.
There's no escape.
What is this? Okay. Man, the sky does look extremely cool. I forgot how cool the sky looked here. Alright. Yeah, and like I said, getting here, it is extremely cool. The exploration, it feels fucking cool, right? It's fucking cool. Alright. Over here, should we follow some of these little Orbulons? There's a couple. Let's follow this one on the beaten path. We'll have plenty of time in here to fuck around, right?
Must stay away from the keepers. Must stay away from the keepers.
Oh my gosh. I still need to find a few of them on the Citadel.
Where'd you come from?
Uh-oh. It's the keepers! No, it's the Bone Men. Right. From the book of Resting Endings. Way back in Morrowind. I remember reading that for the first time, and someone pointing out, yeah, actually the Bone Men. That's the dudes he fought in Dawnguard. Could not believe it. That they dug that deep for it. Okay. But hey, maybe even the Book of Rest and Endings, or Rest of Endings, or whatever it was called. Maybe that in and of itself predates Morrowind. And that's just so happens to be the first. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Oh no, don't go in there, Gordon. Okay, I'm gonna quick save. It sounds dangerous. Oh, hey, I'm fine. Oh, it's not as bad as you would think. Okay, look, it even stopped glowing a bit.
You'd think a vampire would be right at home in this place. You'd be wrong. Let's just find my mother and get out of here.
Can I hit this thing? No. Alright. Oh my god! Oh, what the fuck? Jesus, it really scared me. Oh my god, what? Okay. That's a treasure. Hey, the Book of Life and Service. That's the name of it, right? Yeah, and the ranks of the blessed are the Bonemen. Right, yes, Mistmen, Wrathmen. The Masters, the ideal Masters. Yeah, like I said, this was a weird-ass little book in Morrowind, at least, if not further back. And now they've gone and built upon, like I said, the world building, one of the strong suits. Sometimes the actual, like, through line for a quest writing, it's okay, right? But then sometimes they get you with weird little shit like this, and even if you don't recognize what it's from, I mean, look at this place, right? Okay. Well, how do I not die here? Oh, do you jump down onto that? Oh, look. Bunch of goodies in there. Is that actually, like, going to save me? There goes nothing. Ah! Well, that hurt a fuck ton. Okay. How does one normally do that? Look, if I go in this and... Oh, yeah. Why does it gotta sound like I'm getting electroblasted? Good lord, that was the scariest part of it all. If it were just a like, oh god, I'm gonna die. Oh fuck. Okay. So how do we get into the rest of it, right? We just go up the steps, I guess. Like a normal ass person. Alright, sure. Here we go. Soul Gem. It's the Bone Men! There we are. Oh hey, should I vamp out? Do you think we'll get anything from sucking off Bone Men? Why not? Let's find out. Okay. There we go. Oh shit, it's been too long since I interacted with this fun chalice. Okay. Jeez. This fucking dude is like taking punishment like nobody's business. Do I do more damage in melee mode? I think so. We could try and do like a finisher with our magic to try and guarantee the suck off. Well, we might have to do it a little bit sooner than that. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh, well this works out. Oh, shit! Oh, no! Did I survive? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Take that, Bone Man! Oh, shit. Okay, well... do you think we can survive it? I think we can, if we, like, carefully stagger our descent here. There we go. Okay. Alright, we better go mist form and regen or something. Okay, oh shit, yeah, I can't even loot anything as a vampire. Oh, man. Once again, being a vamp fucking kind of sucks, huh? Do we have any excess points or anything? No, we've only got 2 more units here to fill out, though. We do have that paralysis ability, though, don't we? No, I'm thinking of supernatural reflexes. Yeah, it's over here, Corpse Curse. Alright, well, I guess we need to turn back. Revert form. Holy shit, my health. Am I just gonna die? Okay. Whew, that was close.
I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified.
Good. I'm surprised that magic even works here. You know?
You'd be wrong. Let's just find my mother and get out of here quickly.
Okay. Coin purse. Or that all magic works here. You know, I could see some versions of magic being, like, dulled by this place. But, like, maybe conjuration works extra good. Oh, here we go. Jub's Opus. Fuck yes. Alright, we're not going to read these until we have all of them, right? It makes way more sense to read them once we have the full collection. Bone Arrow, Soul Stealer Arrow. Other enchanted arrows. Take all that.
The ground. This is all wrong.
What's wrong with the air in here? Does it like stink or something? I mean, the ground, yeah, it's fucked up. There's like skeletons and shit everywhere. Okay. Are we breathing skeletons right now? Does it smell like skeletons in here? Okay. Sure. Well, let's continue on along here. Hey, you know what? It's a good thing we ended up getting the ring of speediness, right?
You must help me find my Arvak.
Ah.
He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this.
Oh, no. Calm down. Who's Arvak?
Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run. Please, he's such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you.
It'll change you? How can I help him?
Arvak? Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back!
Oh. Stuck. Oh! Wait, was he supposed to, like, do something as he whooshed away?
Let's keep moving. I feel like we're being watched.
Serana, did you see that guy?
I feel terrible for the dead who end up here for eternity. Seems awful. Like they're still suffering.
Huh. Okay. Sure. Another soul fisher. Where are we putting all these souls that we're harvesting anyway? Alright. We may as well follow along here, right? Or do we want to check out this fun little building? You know what? I kind of want to check out the fun little building. Sure, our soul might be getting siphoned off and drained off right now, but I don't know, I feel fine. Let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, I like that. It almost looks like a painting, you know? Very cool way of framing it. Shouldn't there be some a-holes in here? Maybe not yet.
Where'd you come from?
There we go. Do I even need to soul trap dudes in here? Oh gosh, here. If I use a black soul gem to charge up Sunder, we're just gonna have to fight another dude. There we are. Good. Great. Okay. It looks very, what do you call it? Chthonic in nature, right? Isn't that like the appropriate description, given like all the deep blues, indigos, and like bright purples? Very chthonic. Okay. Here we go. Uh-oh. Skill up. Hey, is Serana trying to kill me? Whoa, take it easy, Serana. Sheesh, what the hell was that about?
Let's keep moving.
Check some soul embers. Wow, look at all these arrows they have. What a slew. Okay. Oh, and they have naturally occurring void salts? Alright. Oh, look at this. Oh! Oh, that doesn't seem good.
The air.
Shit. This fucking crystal is sucking me off. I thought that's what I did. You know, being a vampire and all. Oh, look, there's some jewelry here. Another note, another page of the opus. Copper and sapphire circlet. And I'm assuming, yeah, this is a barrier wall. Gotcha. Okay. Neat. Oh, what's this? Is this like a little doorway? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, it looks extremely cool, and they are making sure to, like, establish that this is very different from a Plane of Oblivion, right? Because one of the key features of Planes of Oblivion is they have, like, some sort of liquid surrounding them. I forget the technical term for it, but there's, like, when you get to the end of a Plane of Oblivion, you just see, like, fluid as far as the eye can see. Alright, what have we got in here? Vigorous healing, couple of emeralds. Good. Alright. Well, you know what? Hey, should we call it right here? We just cleared out a little section. I feel like maybe we ought to. We can read one of these peculiar books that we had found in her study, her mother's study and all of that. About, maybe it'll shed some more light on all of this. I think maybe that's a good-ass idea. Okay, yeah. When next we come back, we're going to proceed further into the Soul Cairn. If I remember correctly, there's maybe 2 or 3 side quests in here, which is hard to believe, but hey, there you have it. Oh, you know what? Is the sky here similar to the sky in Sovngarde? Did Sovngarde have a big hole in the middle of the sky like this? I can't remember. I don't think so. It had a cool sky, but I don't know if it had one like this. Alright. Yeah, let's read,
Vampire would be righted.
let's read one of these books here. Let's see. Can we sort by recently acquired? No, we cannot. How unfortunate. Alright. Let's read the one that said shit in a weird looking language. Like faux Latin. There we go. Good, yeah. Opusculus lame ball. We may have even read this before, but it sounds and looks cool, you know? Alright, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna take a quick drink here. Apologies. Opusculus lame ball. Ta Mezamorti. A brief account of Lame Ball and the restless death. By maybe a Wennel, scribe. Translation by University of Guilin Press. Third era, 105. As brighter grows light, darker becomes shadow. So it passed that the Daedra Molag Bal looked on Arkay and thought the Aedra prideful of his dominion o'er the death of man and mer, and it was sooth. Bal, whose sphere is the wanton oppression and entrapment of mortal souls, sought to thwart Arkay, who knew that not man nor mer nor beast folk of all Nirn could escape eventual death. The Aedra was doubtless of his sphere, and so Molag Bal set upon Nirn to best death. Tamriel was still young and filled with danger and wondrous magic when Bal walked in the aspect of a man and took a virgin, Lame Balefage, from the Nedic peoples. Savage and loveless, Bal profaned her body, and her screams became the shrieking winds, which still haunt certain winding fjords of Skyrim. Shedding a lone droplet of blood on her brow, Bal left Nirn, having sown his wrath. Violated and comatose, Lame was found by nomads and cared for. A fortnight hence, the nomad weird woman enshrouded Lame in pall, for she had passed into death. In their way, the nomads built a bonfire to immolate the husk. That night, Lame rose from her funeral pyre and set upon the coven still aflame. She ripped the throats of the women, ate the eyes of the children, and raped their men as cruelly as Bal had ravished her. And so, Lame, who is known to us as Blood Matron, imprecated her foul aspect upon the folk of Tamriel, and begat a brood of countless abominations, from which came the vampires, most cunning of the night horrors. And so was the scourge of undeath wrought upon Tamriel, cruelly mocking Arkay's rhythm of life and death through all the coming eras of the Aetada. And for all his sadness, Arkay knew this could not be undone. Ooh, man, that's really, like, it is very graphic, right? Like, and horrific, the content. But I almost feel like it's handled with a gravity that Elder Scrolls sometimes misses, right? Like, a big criticism that I have is the Shivering Isles stuff and the stuff with Sheogorath concerning, like, severe mental illness and, you know, all the shit going on in the Shivering Isles expansion. Like I'm on record in this very playthrough saying that I think Alava is aged kind of poorly. But this, although the subject matter is pretty fucking bad, like, this does feel like it treats it with the severity that is necessary, you know, rather than the way in which, like, the Shivering Isles sometimes has a very tongue-in-cheek tone about what should be a very serious subject matter, right? Anyway, if you want to relive all that, see our playthrough of, I guess, the Shivering Isles as we come to, like, run into that stuff, but also even just the Sheogorath quest during this playthrough, right? We talk about that in fair detail. But yeah, like I said, although that's pretty, like,
Let's just find my
horrific shit going on there. Like, I feel like there is definitely a way in which you can, like, maturely cover these things and sensitively do it. And it felt like that was a way in which you could do it. Right. Because it does also feel very much akin to, like, handling it with the correct degree of gravity, right? Giving it the appropriate amount of space, but also making it seem almost like real-world folklore, you know? Like, various mythology from real life, where shit like that also goes down. You know, it felt, in that way, almost academic, right? I don't know. It read as very different compared to other things that leave kind of a iffy taste in your mouth, so to speak, right? Like I said, hey, in all of that, we could totally see all of that turn the course in future installments and whatnot, right? I think you could definitely do that with, like, an adept enough bit of writing, right? Anyway, when next we come back, we will continue deeper into the Soul Cairn, seeking out maybe Valerica, maybe finding an Elder Scroll. I don't think we ever see an Ideal Master. I know we see something pretty wild in here, right? But I don't think we ever come into contact with the Ideal Masters, do we?
Let's keep moving.
I want to say it's something that seemed as if it was building up shit for like a future game, you know? Anyway, until next time, please take care of each other.